Hey, what is up everybody? Fulcrum here. So at the time of filming this video, Season 4 Infection releases in less than 24 hours. We're hype. The showcase was just a couple of days ago. They released a ton of new information on what we can expect. I know a lot of people have already made videos on this already, but I took a ton of notes and I just wanted to do a last minute video here on what we can expect and what I'm excited for. So let's hop into it. Alright, so getting us kicked off here, we have the new season trailer. They showcase Infection, the new maps, the new armor, all tons of cool stuff. Got a nice Infection scene here, just running from a horde of infected. And here we go. This is a really cool effect we see where you're turning into the infected. Eratus is taking over the Spartan. They're going into Scar. This is the new BTB map. It looks really good. The Quantum Translocator is one of the new equipments. We're going to go deep into that. You can see it in application here. It has a slipstream, so you can kind of follow where the person is teleporting to. And here's Forest. This is one of the things I'm most excited for. There's the Threat Seeker. Forest looks incredible, though. It looks like such a good map, and I'm really excited to play on it. This is something else I'm really excited for. All these weapon customizations are something we've needed for a long time. A lot of them look really good, and I'm super excited to hop in and play with those. Here we've got the Community Doubles playlist. This is a ton of fun. Me and my friends have been playing this already, and all the maps in there are really good. So here's something everybody's been talking about. They go into it in the showcase as well, but this is the back of Streets, back behind B. They talk about on all the different original maps, they've opened up different areas that we haven't seen before. So that's another thing that I'm really excited about. Here is, so for watching the stream on Twitch, they had this Mizraya Armory Weapon Charm Twitch drop, which was super cool. It's a new charm. It's nothing crazy, you know, but it is a new item, which is very cool. If you were able to get that, that's awesome. I was at work while this was on, so I wasn't able to pick this up, unfortunately, but it is really cool that they have this in there. So we're going to breeze through the maps next. I took a ton of notes on both Forest and Scar. I'm going to try to speed through them as the trailer goes through and try and get through everything. But alright, let's get it kicked off here. So first we're taking a look at Forest here. It's an amazing looking map. This is, like I said, one of the things I'm most excited about. It is a redwood biome, which is something new to arena maps. We haven't had anything like this so far. And they said a lot of these structures around the map are inspired by Sanctuary from Halo 2, which is something I'm really excited about. Sanctuary is one of my favorite Halo maps of all time. And you can kind of see what they're talking about here in all of these buildings, that same stone structure that we saw on Sanctuary. Here is, it looks like an OS and one of these really cool cave passages. They mentioned in the showcase that this map shines with strongholds and also one flag, which is really interesting. So next we have Scar, which is our big team battle map. It is a banished dropship mining operation type thing on a scrapped planet. It's very cool looking. They said it's segmented. You can even swing around the outside of the map with grapples, kind of like Catalyst, which is awesome. I'm excited to take a look at that. They said there are environmental hazards all over the place. The center drill in the middle of the map is kind of the power position. It looks like rocket launcher spawns there. I think they said there's a teleporter down there, which is cool. And also, the outer dirt ring they mentioned is good for drivers. It's an equipment-heavy map, and they said that using equipment, you're going to be able to explore a ton of different routes, and it looks like an interesting map. And I love that ship off there in the back to the top right. That looks really good. So those are our two new maps coming in Season 4 Infection. They both look really good, and I'm super excited to take a look at them. Next, we're going into the Quantum Translocator here. Here it is. This is a little snapshot from the trailer. I really liked these images, by the way. Whoever designed these did a really good job. They look great. But the Quantum is a power equipment, meaning it is going to spawn similar to the OS and active camouflage. It's going to be on a timer, and there's not going to be multiple around the map at the same time. So they did say it's going to replace some of those equipment on older maps. We're not sure which yet. It looks like from the trailer it's definitely going to be replacing the camo on Argyle. So they said in the showcase you can actually use it to ping pong back and forth multiple times. We're not exactly sure how many times. There is a cooldown, so we're interested to see if that's going to be changed and how that's going to play out, especially for competitive. But they also mentioned there's an interesting effect they called a telefrag, where if somebody is standing on top of your node whenever you teleport back, it's actually a kill, which I don't know how often that's actually going to happen in-game, but that's pretty interesting. And the developer mentioned that while it is a good defensive tool, it's also interesting you can play with it offensively. He said you can kind of peek multiple angles and even take 1v2s a little easier by hopping back and forth and surprising the enemy. So this is a really interesting piece of equipment. I'm interested to see how it plays out in competitive. I know there's a lot of people that are against it, but I'm open to it right now. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. So our next equipment I'm a little less excited for. We see it here, the Threat Seeker. This is kind of another iteration of the Threat Sensor. We'll talk about the sensor a little bit later. They did make some changes to that. But it is a new equipment that's going to be coming in for arena maps. It's a one-and-done equipment, meaning you only have one charge. Once you shoot it, it's gone. But it bounces, it kind of acts like a grenade. It will bounce off the wall or floor, I assume, one time, and then it explodes. And it pings all enemies in line of sight. They said for 5 to 6 seconds, which I think is a little long. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, even so, it doesn't go through walls. When it pings, it won't mark you. It's line of sight, so if you're hidden behind a wall, you won't be seen. But yeah, I'm a little less excited about this one. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, I'm still open to it, but I'm just not sure it's really necessary or warranted. But the tip that he did give for the Threat Seeker was to aim high when you're using it. Alright, so next we're going to be taking a look at the Battle Pass, so let's hop into that here. This is the purchase page they showed for the new Battle Pass. It's highlighting the new Hazmat core that's going to be coming with this season. It's themed around Infection, and when you purchase the new Battle Pass, you get this new Genesis Bloom armor coating, along with a new assault rifle model. Both look really good, and I like a lot of what the Hazmat core is looking like so far. They said they're doing a ton of new textures and colors with this new core, even shapes, and they're also going to be bringing in customization for older cores as well, which is great. You can see Roy in the back there, Mark 6. And a lot of the new customization that's coming this season is really good. I'm excited for a lot of good stuff coming. Alright, so we are not going to be taking a look at the entire Battle Pass here or anything. That would take a while. It was a pretty long showcase. But I've gotten notes of all of my favorite things here. So we're going to be hopping into multiple different things that I really liked, highlights for me. Starting off at level 5 with the Mark 6 CBRN helmet. This looks amazing, guys. I cannot wait to throw this on my Spartan. It's got that old school Mark 6 look to it, but with the new hazmat rubberized coating over the top of the helmet, it just looks really, really good. I cannot wait to throw this on. And it's level 5, so you know it's pretty early. It's not too far out of our reach. So I'm going to be rocking this super early in the season. I cannot wait for this. It looks really good. So that was level 5, and in between this and the next thing I show at level 50, they talked about a ton of cool stuff. There was a new kill effect they showed. All the emblems and backgrounds look really good. And they also mentioned that coming up in Season 5, all of the armor coatings colors will be collapsed into one for all cores. They won't be separated across the Battle Pass anymore, which will be really great. I can't wait for that. And that's just getting us closer and closer to cross-core, pretty much where everybody wants us to be. And they also mentioned that when you unlock a new item from the Battle Pass, there's a new flag that pops up in the customization menu that will direct you to basically all the new items you have unlocked. And there's also a dismissal, so if you know what you've unlocked, you can just dismiss that. You don't have to go searching for it, which is super cool. Alright, so hopping into our next picture here, guys. This is the BR75 HazCon model. It looks so good. I'm really excited to throw this on. I liked that rubberized bit up there at the front. I think that looks really good. And I'm super excited for all these new models they're coming out with this season. I haven't seen one yet that I don't really like. There are definitely ones that I like more than others, but they all look awesome. And it's just such a good thing. More customization is always awesome. Here is the flare gun at 65. I thought this was pretty cool. It's just a chest piece for the Mark VI, but it's a nice little addition. Definitely a cool little piece of equipment. It's not used, obviously. It's just aesthetic. You can't pull it out and shoot flares or anything, but it is very cool looking. I like the look of it. They also highlighted, I don't know which level it was. I think it might have been 75, but the leaky seals, I didn't get video or a picture of that, but it's a new armor effect that's super cool, guys. It's green. It looks like there's plasma or something like green plasma leaking out of the Spartan. It looks really awesome. I like it a lot. If you haven't seen the showcase, guys, make sure to go back and watch that. They go through the entire Battle Pass and show you everything, and it's really good. I like damn near everything in the Battle Pass, which is really cool. For our next picture here, we've got the Splatter Lime Visor at 93. This is really cool, too. I like this a lot. It kind of reminds me of like Halo ODST after you fight the buggers and the ODSTs have the bugger blood all over them. Very cool visor. I like that a lot. More green is definitely always welcome for me. And then after this, for our final picture from the Battle Pass, guys, we've got this new shotgun model at level 100. This is the last thing in the Battle Pass. It's the Mode MS Bulldog. Who knows what that stands for right now, but it looks really awesome. I love it a lot. That part in the back that extends the stock, it kind of looks like some sort of tank almost, that orange bit. The barrel looks sweet. Just really cool, guys. Like I said, I love all these different modifications for the weapons. It's something that we've needed for a long time in Infinite, I feel like. Just more customization, more things to play around with. And it all looks really, really good so far, guys. I'm super excited. Alright, so moving on from the Battle Pass, after this we're going to be taking a look at the shop, changes that are coming from the shop and what we can expect there. They did mention coming up in this new season, 5 new narrative events will be coming this season with free rewards, various cosmetics for different cores, which is always cool. We love those. And those are usually like 2 weeks long, and they come in and out. I think they usually come back about 3 times. And those are always fun. They just give you something a little extra to grind for throughout the weeks, and it's always nice to have free cosmetics to unlock and all that good stuff. Alright, so next let's take a look at these shop changes. I really like what they're going for in the new shop this season. Basically, it's going to be scrolling left to right. You can kind of see a lot more of what's going on within each bundle. You can see the Spartans better, and I just kind of like the layout of it more. I think it looks really good. They did also mention that new stuff will be highlighted at the front and returning items will be placed at the end, which is kind of a cool change. It just kind of highlights what's hot and what's new, and then anything returning will be at the end if people want to go and look for that. And also the launch bundle here, Hazmat Haven, it comes with a weapon charm and effects set. It is the only way to get those 2 things, and they both look pretty good. I usually don't use kill effects, but I do like that weapon charm, and I might be throwing that on a BR or something like that. Alright, so next let's take a look at our changes to the HCS shop. You know we love the HCS here, guys. They are introducing new team skins for every team. BR, Assault Rifle, basically every UNSC weapon. They all look really good. Again, whoever is the artist for these weapon skins, they're doing such a great job. Just like Season 2, every weapon this season looks really good. They just did a great job. And you also get, when you buy a team bundle, you get this new weapon model. I believe they're calling it the Acravea weapon model for the BR. But it looks really great, and I'm definitely going to be rocking that. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of our customization and Battle Pass portion here. And next, guys, we're going to be hopping into career rank. We see these awesome general symbols here harkening back to Halo 3, and this is something that's just been really needed. Basically, the need for career rank, it just gives you something to constantly grind and progress for within Infinite. You don't feel like you're just doing nothing. A lot of people, once they finish the Battle Pass, if they're not grinding ranked, it kind of just feels like you're playing the game basically weekly just to unlock the new weekly. And that's never good. You want to feel like there's always something to progress for. I do think some of the later ranks could be cooler, like Nova, Inheritor, some of these cool ones that we had in Reach, but they are going to be pretty much exclusively using military ranks, which is okay. And I also think the last rank there, Hero, could probably be a little cooler, a little bit better of a name, but you know what? I'm not trying to be too picky here. I'm just super excited that we're getting something like this. It's awesome. It's been needed for a while. All the symbols look really good here. We're taking a look at every tier. And for every tier, there is going to be 3 grades. So you're going to have like Cadet Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 3. And we kind of see some of that here. You can see the Cadet Bronze Tier 3, Sergeant Silver Tier 3, going all the way up to Onyx there. And this is what it's going to look like on your kill banner whenever you kill somebody, or even in your service record. It's going to show your career rank there on the side as well now, which is pretty cool. And that will always be there whenever somebody takes a look at your profile. Alright, so closing out career rank, they did mention that they're going to be doing some new flights incoming for the Halo Insider. You know, new things coming, they're going to be previewing new stuff, which is always cool. And another thing, I haven't really seen anyone else talk about this, but in between, whenever they were getting ready for Forge and the playlists, the end of the showcase, they showed this picture here. And the Spartan there, he's wearing the Oberon helmet from the Battle Pass, which I did like. I think that's a pretty cool looking helmet. But also, I noticed he's sitting down here, and I think this is going to be our new pregame lobby, basically. Whenever you're getting ready to queue up matchmaking, and you have a fire team ready, all 4 of your people will be standing there, and one of them is sitting in that position. So I think that is going to be our new pregame lobby, which is something cool. That's always nice to see changes to the UI of the game, new stuff like that, and I think it looks pretty badass. So I'm excited to see that in-game. We'll see how that is. Alright, so moving into the changes to Forge here. I'm not a huge Forge guy, so I'm going to kind of just breeze through my notes. But for my Forge people, we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming. They talked about new Forerunner objects and glyphs. It's all scalable, so you can make it as big or small as you want to. And as far as scaling goes, you can also do new VFX scaling, which is super cool. Fire, plasma effects, you can toggle damage and sound as you please. So if you want players to take damage when they walk on fire, you can now toggle that, which is really cool. I think that's an awesome change for maps. And another new thing that they're adding is a new water palette, which is something new to Forge. It is placeable and scalable, so you can kind of put it wherever you want to. It is currently static and doesn't react to shots or movement, but the Forge team is actively working on an interactive dynamic version that will interact with shots and player movement, which will be very cool. Another thing interesting that they mentioned is a new mini-game mode, they called it. Basically, you can change objective items on the map to have different game logic and create your own modes, which is super cool. You can even have multiple objects interacting together, which is super interesting, and I'm really interested to see how forgers are able to play with that. Another thing that I noticed here in this portion of the showcase, guys, one of the objects that they showed is the assault bomb. And I know this because Unyshek said with this new ball object, he said you can maybe plant it in an enemy base or throw it in certain modes, hinting at Griffball. So I guess that means Assault is going to be coming at some point in Season 4. They haven't come outright and said that yet, but that's got to be the case with this new Assault Bomb in Forge, which is super cool. Another thing that they mentioned, they said there's going to be universal player blockers. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Like I said, guys, I'm not a big Forge person. But they said that will help you secure maps without as many objects on them. They're going to be doing budget improvements. It's going to be more detailed on your budget. And also new version notes for every time you save, which they said is good if you're working with collaborators. They can see what you changed. They also mentioned that they're looking for new Forge BTB maps to be included into matchmaking, which is awesome. I love playing BTB, and to see some new Forge maps in there would be really cool. Alright guys, so moving on and closing out the showcase here, they showed off Infection, the new mode that's going to be coming in the season, the namesake. I'm so excited for this, guys. I stayed up so many late nights in Halo 3 and Reach playing Infection, and I absolutely cannot wait to dig into this and have a lot of fun playing with my friends. It looks really good. We're taking a look back here at the Infection trailer again as we go over what we can expect in the new mode. But basically, The survivors will spawn in with threat sensors. You do have a limited amount, so you're going to have to be really careful with how many you pop. And the alpha infected, or the first couple infected, I'm assuming it's probably going to be 2 or 3, will have camouflage and the shroud screen, which will be interesting. There's going to be some outplaying going on between the survivors and the infected. Like I said, there's going to be limited sensors for the survivors, so it's not like you can just sit there and spam your threat sensors. And there is going to be a dedicated infection playlist, which is going to be evergreen, guys. It's going to be there forever, pretty much. We're going to be able to just grind infection to our heart's content, and it's super exciting. Like I said, I'm ready to dig into this. It's going to be super fun. They made sure to highlight that they made custom 343 maps for all the infection maps. We got to take a look at the streets mode, but it's going to be on every different map. There's going to be something new that we can expect that kind of plays into that infection theme, and it's just super exciting, guys. I know I've said exciting and cool and good about 1,000,000 times in this video, but if that doesn't show my excitement, I don't know what else will. But that is infection there. That's going to be coming Season 4, and it looks like it's going to be really fun. Alright, so the last couple things they talked about are the new playlists that are going to be coming. There's a new ranked rotational. It's going to be Ranked Slayer. It's going to be Bandit and AR starts with a radar. They said basically this is going to kind of be for those that are not wanting really to compete, but still kind of want to see how good they are in a ranked setting. I do think this should be an evergreen playlist for people in that position if they want to play ranked and see how good they are, but not compete. I do feel like it's unfortunate that that's not going to be an evergreen playlist for those people, but that is something pretty cool that's going to be coming. I probably won't be hopping into that a ton, and they also mentioned that rotational playlists will now be live for an entire month instead of 2 weeks, so you will have more time to grind it out, build up your rank, and have some fun in there. But for Ranked Slayer, like I said, I do wish it would be an evergreen. I think that would be awesome for those people, but we'll see how that plays out in the future. Another new thing we've got now, this is something pretty small, but the ranked leaderboards are now live on Waypoint. This is pretty cool. It just means you don't have to go to a third-party service to look for ranked leaderboards. They are now live here on Waypoint. There was no word on Plaza here in the showcase, which is unfortunate, but I'm hoping for it early in Season 4. It was supposed to be halfway through Season 3, and that kind of fell through, so hopefully early Season 4 on Plaza. And here are release times worldwide here for Season 4. Wherever you're at in the world, this is when you can expect it to release where you're at. Alright, so closing us out here, guys, they had this nice little graphic here at the end, just showing everything that they went over. Up in the top left, we've got Infection, our new mode that's coming. We went into that. Forest, our new arena map. Our 2 new equipment, the Threat Seeker and the Quantum Translocator. The new career rank up there in the top right. Scar, our new big team battle map. We went through the battle pass, all the customization items, Forge updates, and then down there in the bottom left, don't forget the new 5 seasonal events that are going to be coming. Also, something pretty cool I noticed in this graphic here, guys. If you look close, you can actually see the Spartan's eyes behind that visor. I don't know if that's going to be an effect in-game with the helmet, but that's something pretty cool that was in this graphic here. So, closing thoughts, you've heard me say it 1,000,000 times this video, but I am super excited for tomorrow. Everything coming just looks amazing. This is the most excitement I've seen around Infinite in a long time, and that is really great. I think a lot of people are just as excited as I am for tomorrow. The hype is real, and we cannot wait to hop into Infection. But that is going to be it for the video today, guys. I tried to go over as much as I could without dragging it out too long. Be sure to check in for the next video. Like I said, we're going to be uploading constant Halo content here. We're having a lot of fun doing this, and I cannot wait for everything to come in Season 4. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you in Infection. Bye, everybody.